Hart, you think Schwarber fits the Mets?
Yeah, obviously. 56 home runs, I think they could use that. I think in a lot of ways he's a wild card for the Mets offseason here. I mean, everybody's talking like Schwarber's going to be the first domino to fall, so to speak. If the Mets actually could get him, I mean, then it could justify moving on from Alonso, because then you can put Schwarber in the DH spot. You can go get a first baseman. This guy Okamoto, the Japanese guy, he would fit in perfectly as a right-handed bat who's a 300 hitter and really good defensively, supposedly, and he could play first base. And then you got Schwarber in the DH spot. What's wrong with that? He doesn't impact you one way or the other as force run prevention.
All right, well, speaking of Schwarber and Alonso, here's Carlos Mendoza from the winter meetings with his thoughts on bringing back Pete Alonso.
Of course I want him. You're talking about, a guy that, as a manager, his ability to post, every day, when you don't have to worry about who's playing first base and who's going to be hitting in the middle of your lineup, you can beat that. So again, he earned it. He's going through the process right now, and I think Davy's been very vocal how much we want him. But we'll see how it goes here.
Keith, who's a better fit, Schwarber or Alonso?
Pete Alonso. Every single day, I think he's a better fit for the Mets than Kyle Schwarber, who's a beast. But Pete Alonso, the Mets would love to have him back if he was going to DH some or exclusively. Pete's camp doesn't want that. That's the plain and simple math of it, and that's why there you have this kind of stalemate between the two. But
wait, he doesn't want to DH at all?
He would no, a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
If he's a full-time DH like a Kyle Schwarber, doesn't want to do that. The Mets would love to kind of balance him out with DHing a little bit, and you can make room for a first baseman on the roster. I just think Pete's right-handed. First of all, Pete Alonso is a Met. He's blue and orange. That's the way it is, especially if he can DH. He's a right-handed bat. It fits the lineup better than Kyle Schwarber does, and I know that's kind of a crazy thing to say, but you have Lindor, you have Soto, you have Schwarber. All of a sudden, you have three lefties to start the lineup. That doesn't really work that well. I know that's kind of plain and simple, but I just think Pete fits, especially if he can DH, in that lineup a lot better than Kyle Schwarber would.
Keith, that's a great point about Pete being kind of like a legacy Met, a Met for life, a lifetimer. That would be a wonderful thing. And I know we're not operating off of narrative here when we're building a roster and getting swayed by that stuff, but it does mean something. It's like one of the reasons we like sports is because we, like these guys who are on the team. But, well, maybe not you, Sal.
It doesn't mean something. Like, I get it. I want to win.
I want to win.
You think the reason that the Mets haven't won the World Series is Pete Alonso? I mean, come on.
No. He's just saying, don't make the decision based on sentiment.
Correct.
No,
I agree with Pete.
That's a plus for Pete. That's what I'm saying.
I would not let emotion, blue and orange, historical.
I do think he fits better as right-handed bat. He fits that lineup better. So I would take him, all things being equal, as long as he is willing to DH. And I think the fact that Boris came out and said it is a good sign for that. The other problem is I don't think Schwarber's leaving the Phillies. I think the Phillies are going to do what it takes.
All right, fair enough. But when you look at Schwarber's bat and you say, my God, 50 and 100 almost every year. But I'm with Keith. And I do think Pete's going to be more open to play. I hope he's got to be more open to being a DH. But also the fact that you can put him at first base, which you can't do with Schwarber, and that can help get you somebody else at DH, given whoever a rest, whoever it may be. You want to give Lindor a day there. You want to give Soto a day at DH. Just get them off their feet, improve the defense for a game, whatever it may be. The fact that Pete can actually play a position makes him more versatile to me and a better fit for that lineup than Kyle Schwarber would, even if Schwarber has the more massive numbers. So I'm with you. I want Pete back as well, but not because
Schwarber's
he's
not
a lifelong Met.
Schwarber wouldn't be a bad fit, though, if that's the way it went.